Would it scare you to know that 81.6% of rooms were uncleaned when tested, when done in a random test in Vegas? Because when I heard that stat, it blew my mind. But the stat comes from a good source, so we're just going to go with it and tell you guys about some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes in Las Vegas. Companies are talking to each other. Finally, they're talking about strategies to make this city a place where you want to stay and make it as much like pre-COVID as they possibly can. How's it going, guys? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I bring you guys news, updates, analysis. I go deeper than the regular news, so maybe you guys might like this video. If you guys do like this video, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications. And if you guys want to support the channel a little bit further, you guys can always head on over to Patreon or channel memberships, get your name in the credits, other perks on Patreon and stuff like that. Plus, we have VegasFaceMask.com, the only two you ever need. Speaking of masks, you know, masks are mandated for employees now. That's one way they're trying to stem the tide of bad image in Las Vegas. But hey, VegasFaceMask.com. I'm wearing the NHL getup because yesterday was the NHL expansion draft, and I'm a hockey guy from Canada. Sorry about that, Habs. I was rooting for you for the first time in my life. 2 for $25. My wife makes them, sends them out to you right from Las Vegas. Everything is going behind the ears, not behind the neck and the head, not the ears. Really great masks. If you got to have one, wear one. I also have solid colors if you work in a store or a shop somewhere and you can't wear the patterns. Okay, VegasFaceMask.com. Yes. All right. Whew. That was the fastest I ever did an intro. Now, in this video today, we're going to go over some positive news. And we're going to talk about this ridiculousness that's happening behind the scenes at the properties. And this comes from a source of mine, the same source that was completely right about the Wynn's reopening plan before the Wynn even launched their reopening plan last year. And that was the weird kind of totalitarianism reopening plan that nobody liked. But he brought me that, so this is a good source. First, the good news. Good news is that Resorts World across the street, we have the Fountainbleau Drew. That's looking to open in 2023 Q4. Yesterday, it was noticed that the JW Marriott had updated their website to advertise a brand new property in Vegas right on the Strip. It's called the JW Marriott on the Las Vegas Strip. I know, they got to get their marketing department on that. Name it something cool. But that is the old Drew Fountainbleau site. Opening date possibly Q4 2023. Yeah, right. Okay. It needs $1.4 billion worth of work. I'm sure you guys are going to just get in there and work 24-hour shifts. It'll be a lot like when Resorts World opened, and they were still literally sweeping up the nails on opening day. But hey, look, that's a positive thing. If that opens, it means the north end of the Strip, and other than Resorts World, is being revitalized. It means that you're going to have, they're banking on conventions, I guarantee you. It's right next to the convention center. It means that you're going to have access to a new property. The all-night arena, the big basketball arena might actually happen. That would be a good thing too. Let's hope that this goes through. Great, lots of construction jobs, great economic development for the city, more events coming to town. Go JW, go. I'm rooting for you, buddy. All right, but now the craziness. Now is when the whole thing goes and your mouth is agape and you're going, huh, that can't be right. So what I'm being told is the casino properties are now talking to one another. They've been talking to one another for some time now. You know, companies that get on conference calls with big banks and things like this in Wall Street are finally getting together and saying, what the H is going on? Why are people complaining about their Vegas experience and what's happening? So we've had a lot of reports, for example, at Resorts World with rooms not being cleaned, guests checking in, rooms completely unmade up. I don't know if that's a real video that I saw or if that was a staged video, but I've heard some reports from people. Apparently, there's not enough staff for cleaning the rooms at Resorts World, but this is not a Resorts World problem. This is a industry-wide problem in Vegas. Not enough equipment. They just understaffed things. But they did an independent audit of 20 to 30 or so rooms on the Strip over the course of a week and found that 81.6% of them were either not cleaned at all or not cleaned properly after a guest stay. Wow, that's pretty bad, right? This is coming from MGM, Caesars, Las Vegas Sands, Resorts World, everybody basically who manages hotel rooms. Why is this possibly happening? Well, false reports of rooms being cleaned causes guests to check in when the room isn't clean. That's one thing. But I think it's a lack of actual staff power to be able to clean these rooms. You see, Vegas was supposed to be coming back in 2024. You remember? Vegas is done. Vegas is dead. Everybody sing it in unison. Well, it didn't happen that way. People people literally didn't get hit in some cases as hard as others, and people are willing to come back really quickly. So now we have a full house in Vegas, but we don't have a full house in the hotels. The hotels laid off a lot of people, and I haven't heard of them rehiring all of their staff that they have back, so possibly that's it. But, you know, it boils down to big events, not being able to handle them. Allegiant Stadium had the Garth Brooks concert. 65,000 people were in attendance. It was a complete nightmare, a fiasco. Reports came out of that of people renting a room and then putting 10 people in the room and basically making it into the MGM Resorts or to the New York kind of hostile situation where the rooms were trashed. Nobody wants to clean them. There's also reports of staff saying, we don't want to clean this room unless we know this person either had a vaccine or was negative for COVID, which is impossible, which leads me to believe that it is a possibility that some sort of vaccine passport comes to Vegas in the future, but it's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother video. What's your take on that? Would you deal with that if vaccine passports were a thing in Vegas? I mean, would it be detrimental to the industry, or would it make people have a sense of, you know, whatever? Look, vaccines don't even stop you from getting the virus, and we know this now. That's why they're suggesting people vaccinated, unvaccinated wear a mask, but who knows, right? Do masks work? What's your opinion on that? Give me your opinion below. But literally, Resorts World proposed this, and Caesars followed, and properties are talking. And the reason they're talking is to stem the tide of workers quitting one property and going to work for another, and another, and another. They're trying to basically make sure that they can retain their staff and their employees and not have a mass fallout and fix things on the back end. Who knows where it's all going to end up, but they need to staff up. They need to fix this problem. The other problem comes from the pool side of things. Chlorine treatment's not sufficient, needing more chlorine or too much chlorine, people getting burned. Insurance companies are stepping in to say, hey, look, we're going to shut down the pool part unless you can get this done. Show us records, show us actual service records, show us when people were in there, show us how many people a day go through the swimming pool so we know that you're in compliance. Which seems crazy, but I don't think it's as crazy as you think it is. Insurance companies dictate the entire property's operations, so we'll see. Possibility of enhanced cleaning fees coming. That's something that the casino properties could institute, enhanced cleaning fees. But how about y'all just clean the rooms properly? You know, how about you just do what you did before 2020 and just make sure that the rooms are nice for when people check in. And honestly, this is my opinion part here at the end. This is where I kind of go off and think about things. The Wynn is not even trying to take part in this. They don't think that it's a problem for them, but the Wynn has higher standards. So maybe it is true, maybe in this post or even current COVID world, who knows with all these cases, that we have to basically raise our standards. If the casinos make less money and less profits, then that might be the thing that keeps people coming back to Las Vegas. When Vegas opened a year ago, they were bragging about their enhanced cleaning procedures and their enhanced cleaning policies. Now we have the reports to the opposite, where people are saying their room looked like it wasn't touched. Go look at the property reviews for any property and just type in clean and see what it is on Google. You can search for keywords. Fingerprints on things, you know, beds when you pull up the comforter has hair in them. It's a scary idea, and I don't suggest you bring a black light to a casino because that's just going to freak you out even more. But what do you think the solution is? You tell me in the comments below. Good news today with the Marriott possibly opening up in 2023 at Q4 on the Strip. A bunch of crazy news on the back end of things where casinos are flipping out and wigging out, not able to figure out why is it so hard to keep high standards in a post-COVID world. I think the solution is more staffing, but you'll tell me in the comments below. And that's my video today, and I'm sticking to it. My name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications. And now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. So I look at the camera, say thank you guys for watching. You're the best part of our day. If you guys want to support the channel, VegasFaceMask.com is a great way to do so. All right, 3, 2, 1, click. 3, 2, 1, and click.